and I also tweeted out a thing, and I have a problem with some of our Twitter followers.
I saw that you like I was watching an episode and I just see you tweet like, thank you all for using the hashtag. And then I like checked the replies and nobody's using it.
Yeah, I don't understand if they don't read the tweets or like what's the deal. Like I like it having under the hashtag because then I can it's easier for me to scroll through and see like new ones. But literally like 4 people use the hashtag, which is amazing. Just what I like to see when I ask people to use the hashtag. Also, okay, this is gonna be a PSA to anybody that sends questions. Lighten up a little. Like, have a little bit of fun. Not every question has to be like, I hate my life.
How do you deal with your depression?
How do you deal with your depression? Like, we can cover topics like that. But I was reading through the questions like, damn, dude, half of these are like depressing as fuck. Like, you look at the fucking Sinjin Coffee Cam one, dude. Everyone on there is like,
who do you pick?
Who do you pick?
Who do you pick?
Who'd you fuck? Who'd you marry? Who'd you kill? We don't get none of that. We get, my mom wants to send me to boarding school. How do I get out of this?
They get like Connor Franta or Tyler Oakley. We get, how do you deal with suicidal thoughts every day? It's like, I'll pick Connor Franta.
We need to start a charity where we start sending our viewers to the hospital. They need it.
Mental hospital. Get some stuff. Get some therapy.
The cool dogs is what we call them. They're the cool dogs. We're in the dog house. They're the cool dogs.
We send them to the doghouse.
That is true. We send them to the pound.
We send them to the doghouse?
The pound.
I'm forgetting I'm moving around.
Let me, so I have, something that I really wanted to talk about, something that I learned about. Mm-hmm. I didn't know about this, but, there's a new challenge going around. I didn't know about this because I don't go to school, by the way. I'm a grown-ass man. God. I'm behind on these challenges nowadays.
I know exactly what to say.
Yeah, there's a new trend going around. It's called the Devious Lick, and it fascinates me. And there's a part of me that's like, why are basically, if you don't know what the Devious Lick challenge is, it's a new challenge created by students where they just steal stuff from school, and it's not like, oh, I stole a pencil from the teacher. I saw like a TikTok doors. where somebody took like the door of a bathroom stall. And I'm like, how do you even get that? You needed to bring like hardware to school to get that door off, right? Like you don't just pull that off.
I'm doing the Devious Lick challenge here while the Corys are out. I took the door off Weston's bathroom.
I was gonna suggest you do that.
Stole the sink out of Kaylin's bathroom. Mm-hmm. That big flat screen, it's gone. Sold it. What else?
How much?
One of the cats.
Did you make a nice living off it? What did the money go towards?
$20, and it went towards Uber Eats. So
it's good. I feel like you got kind of ripped off there.
No, I mean I sold it pretty quick. So I mean,
it's a pretty big TV. I've seen it before.
Well,
you sold it pretty quick, probably
$20.
Yeah, probably because it's $20.
Mm-hmm.
We should have Josh Richards on the pod.
I thought you were going to say Josh, and I was like,
sure. We should have Josh on the pod. That would actually be funny. Josh is the GOAT.
Of what? Literally of what? Just in general? YouTube? Twitch?
I don't know. He's just like, he's such a necessary evil.
Evil? He's a necessary evil. I know what you mean, but...
No, he's not
If somebody called me a necessary evil, I'd be like...
Well, he's evil in the eyes of
stands
14-year-old girls, because he said,
I get that.
I did find some of his tweets quite hilarious when he was like, "You guys need help."
He was very just like very blunt, and he's so blunt he could smoke the truth.
Oh yeah, that's Josh, man. He's a weed smoker.
Oh yeah, big that stoner. Guy. If you puff pass, you're not gonna get it back from Josh.
Yeah, pretty much.
He just holds on and keeps smoking.
How did this Devious Lick challenge even start? I should have done my research on that. If I were a good podcast host, I would have Googled it before this, and I would have been like, "You want to know how it started?" Basically,
Jamie, can you pull that up?
Devious Johnson. He went to school.
It's not like a name thing. It's not like some guy named Devious said, I'm going to hit a lick. I'm going to hit a Devious Lick. And then...
Devious Johnson. He went to school and he stole the pants off his teacher.
Oh my god! Off his teacher. just went. And stole his pants, started running.
My brain was scrambling to get an example, and that's where I went for some reason.
Well, you're very interesting.
Yo, I'm gonna do live research right now. Devious Lick, know your meme.
Doing live research on Devious Lick.
Devious Licks trend, know your meme. What do they say about this?
This guy's going on know your meme.
Well, you can trust it to always know. Oh, it started on September 1st, so that means first day back. They'd been hatching this. That means during the summer, somebody was like, you know what? When we go back to school, we're gonna do the Devious Lick challenge.
We're gonna hit a Devious Lick.
On September 1st, 2021, TikToker Jug for Elias posted a video of himself taking a box of disposable masks from his backpack with the caption, "A month into school, absolutely devious lick. Should have brought a mask from home." That's kind of lame.
But that name, though, sounds like it'd be like one of your subs, I feel like. Jugs for Elias.
True.
Thank you for 10 months, Jugs for Elias. Thank you.
True. On September 6th, TikToker DTX2Cent posted a video with on-screen text, "Only a month into school and got this absolute devious lick," unzipping his backpack and pulling out a hand sanitizer dispenser that he assumedly stole. The video gained over 7.2 million views in 2 days. I was speaking about this on stream, and my viewers were saying that their schools had been like one of their schools like went online is what they said. I don't know if I believe that, but like one of their schools became so worried about it that they're doing online.
Oh, I believe it.
And
I believe it.
I've seen videos of like they do the little like it's like a little like high school TV show. They do the little announcement over the PA thing, the speaker. Mm-hmm. Where there's a devious lick challenge going around. Everybody watch out.
No more devious licks. No more devious licks, or else you'll get a devious detention. You know.
I wonder what the craziest thing they've stolen is.
I saw something about like a car door from like the principal, but I don't know if that was real. Like I just saw a kid like carrying a fucking car door, and he was running down the hallway with it. But I don't know where that car door was.
He was running down the hallway.
Yeah, I'm not joking. Why is there somebody typing in my chat? Somebody typed in my chat. I gotta hide that. Oh my god, dude. I gotta hide it now.
Dude,
it's like they know.
They know.
God damn it. I just saw that. I was like, what the hell? Somebody hit a devious lick in my chat.
This is not a devious lick, but another challenge I've noticed is that people will go into the school bathrooms and they'll check the stalls to see if anybody's in the stalls.
That's the worst challenge ever. That is honestly like if I was in school and I never pooped in school. Like I was just like, it wasn't so much the fact that I was scared. I was just like, I can't do it. Like I feel like if I did, I would miss out like on a class if it was too long. So then I was just like, I'm not pooping. But I feel like if I was like in school and had to poop during that challenge and then somebody did that to me, I think I literally would like have a panic attack.
No, literally.
Like I couldn't take that.
When I was going to school 20 years ago, that's why I avoided pooping in schools, because that was literally my worst fear. And everybody was like, that's irrational. Who's going to do that? And now look at what's happening, dude. And then they're always like, I watched one of them and the comments were like, why do none of them say anything? Like, bro, I would freeze up too.
I know, that reminds me of how one time my friend was pooping in the stall, and this is really fucked up. But it was because it was my friend. This wasn't like a random kid, so I wasn't like a complete asshole. Mm-hmm. But he was pooping in the stall. I just turned off the lights. I just turned off the lights in the bathroom. And he was just pooping in the dark, and he didn't get up and do anything. He was just pooping in the dark for the rest of the time. And I just left.
Wow.
I thought it was so funny.
I mean, I think I would literally like not go to school again if that happened to me. If I'm pooping in the stalls and some random guy shows up and he's like, dude, the worst part is like, I saw this one where like the guy he like put his hand under the door and he was like touching the guy's shoes.
Dude, like, no, that has to be. Some of them I feel like they have to be like scripted, not like scripted, but like it like planned out. Like
I saw one that was inside the stall where he recorded like there was like three pairs of shoes lining up outside the door, and they were like, "Is somebody pooping in there?"
That's honestly so fucked up. That is, oh god.
That actually does. That does like create trauma. People go to therapy for stuff like that.
And they literally can't go back to bathrooms to poop in public because they're afraid that teens are gonna go, "Are you pooping in there?" And they're gonna like do like weird noises and like fucking try to open up the door, so they don't.
Here's the thing though, like back to the Devious Lick, like am I evil for like rooting for them? Like
I feel like it depends because I used to like just like trash on teachers. I used to like just be like, "Fuck you, you old bitch!" Like I don't care. but then I was like, okay, these people are like trying to teach me shit, and they're super underpaid. And I'm like, these people are like doing this because they want to, and out of the goodness of their heart. Maybe some teachers I should like kind of like lighten up to. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I shouldn't be doing this to like just like random English teachers that aren't doing anything other than like telling me to stop talking. But I mean, like some of them, I feel like if they're like an actual asshole, then like sure, steal his chair. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. You know, I'm not rooting for teachers to get harmed or fucked with, but
they should Devious Lick back, is what you're saying. Steal from the students,
dude. That I have you ever had your phone confiscated?
I have.
How long was it taken for?
Well, it wasn't like it was just for a day, I think. It was like they saw me on my phone and they said, "Give me that," and I said, and then they took it and then they brought it back to the office, and then I could get it after school, and I just did. But it wasn't like a thing where like my mom had to come in to get my phone. So I don't know.
My parents were never even called to the school. Like my parents would only go to school like once a year when we used to have these like things where they were like teacher parent meetings where it's like, this is how your student, or I mean your son, has like progressed over the last year. And then it was really exciting during like the first 5 years of school because I was doing really well in school, but then like I slowly started to like not care, and then my grades started to get worse, and I was like, oh man, like it's just annoying because I'm gonna have to sit there and they're gonna be like, you should. I always got the talk where it's like, you're a really smart kid, if only you just applied yourself. And I was like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah, I literally was the exact same way. Like up until I think 6th grade, I was kind of fine. I was kind of in the clear, and then I think up to 6th grade it was like you had to go, but then at 6th grade through 8th grade it was like kind of like if you wanted to, like it's not a big deal. But then my mom would get called down and be like, "Listen, we gotta talk about your kid. He just keeps talking during class. He keeps sneezing." One of my teachers, they said I was sneezing too much and that I was a distraction to class. I just have bad allergies, and I like the record show that was uncalled for. But no, after 6th through like 8th grade I was called a bit because I just wasn't caring. And I was like, wait, I'm like getting good grades for like high school, but like I'm already in. Like I already got like accepted in my high school, so like why does it matter? Like no college is gonna look at my fucking 8th grade grades. So I'm like, I'm fine. Like I don't have to do anything. But they're like, no, you gotta apply yourself. Like you really gotta like work towards these goals. Like because it's gonna get harder in high school. It's going to get harder in high school, right? You think this is hard? It's going to get harder in high school.
They would always say that about like the next year as well. They'd be like, you think this year is hard? Next year's going to be even harder.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be hard in high school. Okay. The math here, seems simple enough. Get to algebra 2, it's going to be really hard. And I was like, I don't fucking care. And I was fine. But I did get called quite a bit for parent teacher.
Yeah, I only had those like once a year. I just like, I don't know, man. Like I was very good. I was like top of my class for like until like the 5th grade. And then after that, I was just like, this isn't like a lot of the stuff that I found to be fun, that I was learning, I didn't find fun anymore. And I was just kind of like, I want to do something else. Like I want to focus on other things more. And also like, I just hated doing homework. So I just wouldn't do homework for like months at a time. I mean, I've always said how I went a whole year without doing homework, and I did it because it was just like people like I figured out a system where I was like, I did it, but I only would do it before the class in school. I would like either like copy off of other people, or I would like quickly figure it out. Like it was very rarely that I would actually sit down at home and do my homework, which is also probably like shows probably like some like neglectful behavior from my parents that I was never checked for it. Nobody ever asked me if I was doing my homework. Everybody was just like, are you doing good in school? And I was like, I guess. And they were like, all right, cool.
I used to have a thing, God, what was it, from 6th to 8th grade, I think, too? there's a thing called homework call, where it wasn't attention, but if you didn't turn in an assignment, you would have to go after school to like this certain classroom, and you would have to finish your homework, and then you would have to be there for like 30 minutes, like after school. I think it was either it was actually no, I think it might have been an hour. I think it was an hour after school for some kids to do your work, and then you'd be like, "Are you done?" You'd be like, "Yeah, here it is," and then you'd leave. So then every single time I didn't turn in homework, I didn't care. I'll just go to a homework call because at my school was like right across the street from me. So like I did not give a shit about fucking like, oh, I'm going to like call my mom to like come pick me up. I'll just walk home. So like I literally would just like sit in homework call, get all my homework done, and then I'll just go home. And if I didn't get it done, then yeah, I would like cheat or like copy it down the last second.
I had a similar thing.
I figured out the system.
I had a similar thing, but I would spend like 4 hours there. Like I think it was like, I don't know what years of my life it was, but when I lived in the middle of a forest and like my school was really far away, I would have to take like 2 buses to school and then 2 buses back.
Damn.
And then those buses would only, they would go at certain times, which meant I would get to school right before the school time, and then I think the bus home would be like at like, I think, okay, this is the craziest part. I got on the bus at my school at like 4:30, and I only got home at 6 p.m. because I needed to take the bus to another bus stop and then wait there for like 20 minutes for the next bus and then get on that bus. And then that bus would do this like insane like roundabout way to get to my house, and my house was like one of the last stops. So I needed to sit on that bus for like basically an hour. And but like my actual like lessons and shit, they would end at like 1 or 2 p.m. So I would sit there for like 3 hours doing homework. Or most of the time, this was when I used to like get into cigarettes because a lot of
was puffing away.
A lot of the kids who also like couldn't get picked up, we would just like loiter around, and we would go like around the village and shit. Go to like random places. We used to trespass a lot. There was a near our school building, there was our former school building, which was abandoned. And I remember me and this one guy, we broke into it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like 11. He was like a few years older than me. We broke into it, and it was really weird thinking back at it because we went inside and there was just gas masks all over the floor. Like on the bottom floor, on the top floor, there were gas masks everywhere. It was everywhere. I even took like 3 of them and I put them in my backpack and I went home.
What the hell?
Yeah. I was just like, I took
looting. Shit. He's looting.
I basically was, yeah. And the craziest thing about that was we noticed that we had like a school maintenance guy who ended up getting fired because he like had a drinking problem and he would drink in school. But he like, I think they had like a security camera or something, and they noticed that somebody was there. So he drove his little car down to the building, and then I noticed him coming, and I hid behind a bush, but he was still in there, and he wouldn't get out. And then he got caught, and I snuck away, and nobody ever even knew I was there, but they knew that he was there, and he never told on me.
And now they know now. Get his ass.
Get his ass. They get my ass, get both of our asses, lock us up.
Lock him up, put him away for good. I've broken into my old school like a number of times.
During the night?
During the night, and then just like during events. Like there'd be some events where like parts of the school would be shut off, and then me and my friends would be like, no, it isn't. And then we would like there usually used to be like gates blocking like the steps and shit. You know, like climb around and like go through shit. And then the gym was a place that like we always would like somehow like know the passcode to, because like you needed a passcode to get into the gym for like if you had like a basketball like practice or some shit.
Uh-huh.
So if we just knew the passcode, we could just get in. So then we just go in whenever we wanted sometimes.
Damn.
And then we also during like our I think it was like our last year of like doing basketball together, we snuck onto the roof of the school.
That's fun.
Nobody was there. That was fun.
I'll tell you what,
Very
man.
Fun.
Trespassing is fun. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say like go trespass on people's property or whatever, but it's fun.
With responsibly.
Yeah, do it when you're young. Have fun. That's what I'll say. I'll tell you, I was a little piece of shit child. I used to, when I was
steal, lie, kill.
Until I was like 5 or 6, we used to live in this like, it was like kind of like a small like suburb, but it was like disconnected from the city that I was in. It was a weird suburb because most of the people that lived in our neighborhood, they would only live there during the summer. And we were like the only people that would live there throughout the winter and shit. So what would happen is summer, everybody would be there. I wouldn't like touch anybody's stuff. But then it came like August or September. And also like I didn't go to kindergarten. I only went to kindergarten for like 6 months in my life.
That's
so
crazy.
When everybody else was in school or whatever, I would just like roam around in this village. I would like
roam around.
I was always really excited for like the end of August, start of September, because I would literally like just go outside. Like this is the craziest part. My literally nobody ever cared where I was. Like I could just walk out the door at 4 years old and go wander around the whole village by myself. And then as long as I'd be home by dinner, like nobody would care. And I would just go into like people's backyards. I would like try to like get into the houses and shit.
What? Like okay, I understand to an extent. Like, okay, going in their backyard, like, you know, like that's fun. Going into their house is something where I'm like, what? Like, why?
I only got in once. Why did you try to break in there?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope people fucking had locks on their houses. Like, why? Like, what did you do in that house? Like, whose house was it? And like, why'd you get it?
It was like one of our neighbors who hated us because our dog would break.
Because you broke into his house.
He didn't even know about that, I don't think. But what would happen is that our dog would sometimes break free from our like garden and then go into his garden and take like fat shits all over his yard. I don't know why he kept doing it, but he loved like shitting in this guy's yard. So we had like bit of beef with him, but we still like hung out with him sometimes. But I knew, okay, and here's the reason why I got in. I knew where he kept the key. So I just went in.
Oh my God. So you just went in and did what?
I didn't even do anything. Like I just looked around. I was like, damn, like I really got in. I was like 4 or 5 years old at this point. Like I remember it. I was very young. This was like the same era where I still had like the dog, Kubu, when I still had him and stuff.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P.
That rat.
I've never told this to anybody. Like my parents don't know. Like nobody knows where I would go during those times. But I remember very vividly like going through all these things. And one time I remember somebody was home. I went into this one person's backyard and they were home. And then I don't think they saw me, but I freaked out. I ran home and I started crying because I was like, oh my God, what if I got caught?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I missed that village, not gonna lie. Like I looked it up on Google Maps recently and I was like, I need to go back here. I need to go continue my journey. Go like
your journey.
See, the thing is, like, if I start trespassing in people's backyards now, it's creepy. I'm a
because you're a grown ass man. You're literally like, if anybody, dude, if you're telling me right now, like you were in my backyard and I didn't know, like I would freak out too. Like that's not like it's breaking and entering basically. Like
I wouldn't do it nowadays. Just as
thanks. I'm glad that you wouldn't nowadays because you literally would be arrested.
Yeah, well, you can't arrest a 5-year-old, so
exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you're under like what 18 16 maybe, I don't know what the like trespassing law falls under. You know, go break, sneak into a backyard, break into a house, steal some crops. It's like Minecraft. Take some blocks,
steal some electronics, take a TV,
not TVs, take like a flower pot, just something like really useless that we're like, why do I have to replace this now?
I feel like we're evil for even advocating this, but I just think when you're young you should have fun.
Exactly. Live a little. Live a little.
There used to be this guy in this village. He would have it sounds really creepy now, but it was chill. Like he was one of my neighbors.
Oh, here we go.
He was a truck driver, and sometimes he'd be sitting in his truck and listening to music, and then I would walk by his truck and be like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "I'm listening to music in my truck." And I was like, "Okay." And then he would eat pickles, so I would always go to him and I would ask for pickles, and he would give me pickles out of his little jar.
That's so weird. Yeah, like thinking about like how old you were, like how like you were 5 at this time, 6, right?
Yeah, 4, 5, 6, somewhere like that. Yeah.
I don't know if you tell that to like the police that you're getting pickles from a truck driver at 6 years old, I think they're gonna like arrest that guy. I think there's like a warrant out for him now.
See, I just feel like the way that like life was in the kind of like suburb that I lived in versus like where it is, like for example, like like. I was never taught like I was never told like don't talk to strangers, and like I just think like that wasn't a worry where I lived, because it was kind of like that thing where I genuinely think like people just left their doors unlocked, like it was just like everybody like trusted each other. which I obviously took advantage of because I would go into their backyards and
and trespass
and trespass. Yeah. But it's just like it's kind of like it's a little bit like a culture difference, I guess. Nowadays, I don't think it would even be normal here, but it was like it was back then, early 2000s.
Back when these damn snowflakes didn't care if a random kid was in your backyard,
Exactly.
Back then.
Exactly. Nowadays everybody's so soft.
Nowadays, you go into some random person's backyard, and all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy. It's like, well, God forbid.
At the same time, like, I'm not gonna say like if I had a house and a random child was in my backyard, like I won't say I wouldn't punt the child. I'd be like, what the hell are you doing here?
What the hell are you doing here, son?
I personally don't like it. I don't like the feeling of somebody coming into my space.
So you're like a little trespassing hypocrite, is what you're saying.
Yes. I would hate if somebody did to me.
You would do it again, maybe. You wouldn't do it now, but like if there were no laws for it, you probably would. Like you would be like, who cares?
I probably will become a weird old man. That I probably when I'm old, I'll stop caring and I'll start doing it again.
You start walking into homes that you don't know if they're yours or not, and you're like, "There's my home," and then you'll be like, "Where's my sandwich I left here?" And they'll be like, "This is not your home, sir."
Because that's the thing with old people is the reason why so many of them are so weird is because they don't care. Mm-hmm. They don't care, and I think I will become one of those old people. I basically am one of those old people already. I mean, I care about certain things, which is why I'm not totally off the walls. But like, I don't know, man. Like you. I don't know. Give me the tools, and I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, man. I'm like,
you just went you, and then it just fucking cleared your memory.
Yeah, literally. I had a little brain hole.
What's the most expensive or biggest thing you've stolen before is?
Here's the thing is, I was like, that's the one thing I was always taught as a kid is never steal. And because I learned really early on how shitty it felt when somebody stole from you, because we had this family friend who every time so he was a kid, right? When I say family friend, he sounds like it was a grown man, but it was like he was the son of like one of my mom's friends. Every time he would come over, he would literally steal something, and it wouldn't be like random shit. Like I remember he stole a shit ton of my Bakugans, which at the time meant a lot to me, and they were expensive as fuck too. And I don't even remember all the different things he stole, but I think he even stole valuables for my mom. It was fucking nuts.
God, he was hitting some devious licks.
He was, dude, in my fucking house. I was the school at that point. And I just thought I hated the way it felt, so I always felt like I couldn't steal. But then here comes a plot twist. He forced me to steal one time. We were in a store, really? And there was this antique store with this really nice old lady. And because he was a little bit older than me, he was always like, you got to steal. It was always you got to do what I tell you. And it was always that was just the kind of dynamic. And I remember he was like, you got to steal this keychain right now. And I was like, I don't want to. And he's like, you have to. And I was like, okay. And then I remember I stole it, and I just felt so awful. I was literally I'm evil now. I'm going to be a criminal like my dad always told me I would be, because I played Cartoon Network Flash games. That's literally what my dad told me. He said I'm going to turn out to be a criminal because of that.
I mean, I think he knew about your trespassing maybe, and maybe he knew that you'd be hitting some devious licks. So I
used to play the My Gym Partner is a Monkey platformer, and he used to look at that and say, you need to stop playing those games. You're going to become a criminal.
Well, maybe he doesn't have a point with that. I don't know about Gym Partner is a Monkey and becoming a criminal if you watch the show, but kind of weird.
What about you? What's the most expensive thing you stole?
See, I asked that, and then I immediately was like, what have I stolen that's expensive? And I don't know. I think for me, there's this one time I remember I was playing with trains at this bookstore, and there's Thomas the Trains. I was looking, I was like, "Hey," and then I just had it in my hand and I walked out with it, and I didn't realize I was stealing it. So then my mom thought I was purposely stealing it. I was like, no, I'm not. I didn't mean to. And then she made me go back in there and tell the guy that I stole it. And then I started crying in the middle of the bookstore. I was like, I'm sorry that I stole it. And then he was like, it's fine. And then I handed him back. I was like, started crying out. But I don't know. I can't remember any specific things. I've stolen money from my parents.
Really? How big of a heist was it?
I feel like the most was $20. Just like, go take a 20.
My mother used to steal
once
from me.
wept
She used to
kids.
take my birthday money. She used to take my birthday money
What?
and spend it on food because we didn't have any other money. And then I was like, am I gonna get it back? And she was like, yeah. And then I was always like, I didn't get it back, but I think I did get it back. It's just that like the sums weren't even that big. Like, and also she didn't steal it; she borrowed it, I guess. But
Yeah.
Little kid me didn't agree with that.
That reminds me of how one Christmas, I don't know why it reminds me of this, but, I'm going to put my mom on blast. One Christmas, my mom and dad promised that we would get a trampoline for Christmas and that it was on the way or some shit, right? And that trampoline never came. And it was one of those things that I mentioned like every single Christmas after that, where I'm like, how about that trampoline? And she's like, I thought I didn't, you all haven't brought it up a lot or whatever. She's like, I'm sorry. And then now like I bring it up and she's like, I'm sorry. Like, sorry, I didn't get you a trampoline. We're like so hyped. Like the reaction that she got out of us for saying that we're about to get a trampoline was like worth it. Like we're like, oh my God, we're going to get a trampoline. Like it was like crazy because I think the other thing was that like we had a playground in our backyard. We like took it down, and then the whole point of it was, oh, we're gonna have a trampoline there, and then it was just nothing there anymore. So you would walk out, no trampoline, nothing, and no playground, and I was so upset by it. And,
That's heartbreaking.
It's things like those that really stick with you. Trampolines that were owed to you as a kid.
I had a thing. I think it was like when I was like a little kid, and this is also putting my mom on blast. My mom promised me that we would go to Sweden, and going to Sweden is like pretty common for Estonians because it's like an overnight ferry ride or whatever. But I had never been at that point, and I think like my mom's friend was going with like her daughter and stuff, and they like invited to bring us along, and like, so my mom was like, all right, let's do it. Like you'll even get time off school. But the thing was, like, my ID was expired, and we needed to get a new one. And my mom forgot to take me to get a new ID. And then it was, like, 2 weeks from the trip, and we couldn't get a new one. And, like, she was just like, yeah, I don't think you can come. So she went without me. And I remember...
Oh, my God.
I was like...
That'd be kind of crazy. Like, that somehow happened with, like, a kid in, like, Disney World. Like, oh, sorry, you don't have an ID. I'm going to Disney World without you.
Yeah, it was pretty heartbreaking. But also, at the same time, I'm like, honestly, like... I would have gone without me too.
Really? So if you had a kid, right? The kid's like,
if I was my own kid, I would have punted myself. I was a fucking annoying ass piece of shit kid.
But what if you had a kid now? Like you have a little Aksel growing up, and then you're like, you know what? For your birthday, we'll take you to Sweden.
No, yeah, I would definitely take him. I would take him to like shit. Like here's the thing, right? Like my mom went to Greece when I was like very little. And she didn't take any of us, and like I fully respect her decision in that regard because first of all, it would have been like super expensive, and second of all, like kids don't even appreciate that shit fully. Like, like if she took us to like an amusement park, then it would have made sense, right? But Greece, like, it's cool.
She barely
like,
even knows you all. She's only known you all for a couple of years. It doesn't even matter in that sense.
That is true. Like I would have, like if it was. Like, if I went to Greece nowadays, I'd be like, oh, this place is beautiful, like all this like ancient architecture, whatever. Well, if I were as a kid, I'd be crying. I'd be like, can we go buy some like fries or like some shit like that? Like, in cases like that, like I understand it. But I would definitely like, I don't know, like I smaller trips when the kids are younger, and then when I think the kids would be older, like starting to approach their teens, I think that's when the big trips are better because then you can appreciate them more.
Like Vegas.
Yeah, like Vegas, like Atlantic City.
Casino places. Take them with Uncle Nick and then go gamble all your money away. 24 frames.
I will never let Nick babysit my children if I ever have any because
would be... God, I can't imagine those scenarios. Like,
he's going to get him addicted to gambling.
Can you imagine if like Weston or Kaylin has a kid and then it's like we're the uncles who like watch over him because we're still like living in like a fucking house and we're like, hey... Come on over. We can watch a movie. We'll make we'll have ice cream.
I feel like I have two nieces, right? And I only recently I feel like I really bonded with them for the first time. Like I've hung out with them before. They're like, I think they're like 3 and 1 or something like that, and they're pretty young. But then the last time I saw them, I feel like it was the first time that I really bonded with them for the first time because, like,
Yeah, cigarette.
I let him have a little bit of my drink. I let him have a bit of my cigarette.
Say, take a hit of this. I'll put some hair on your chest.
I was like reading them like fairy tales and shit, and I was like playing with their toys, and I was actually like getting into it. Like I used to be like really socially awkward around them because I was like, I don't know how to talk to you. Like, should I do the little like ooh doo 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 ooh goo 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 goo,
Little baby. And it's like, I'm 4.
Should I talk to you like an adult? Which I still do because I think it's hilarious if I just talk to them like they're adults because they have no idea what's going on.
God,
but
it's like, hello there, baby.
That's my favorite part about little kids is they're so easy to impress, man. Like us, you know, you got to pull out all sorts of tricks to impress us, man. We've been around the sun.
We've been around the block.
But
you've been trespassing.
Little kid, you'll do a stupid peekaboo joke on them, and they'll think it's funny for some reason. Like it's not even
fucking
funny.
Idiots. They're fucking idiots. Like
they really are.
It's dumb.
You want to know something? Well, let's discuss some breaking news of the week. All right.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Elon Musk and Grimes separated. Semi-separated is what they said.
How about they semi-separate these fucking nuts, dude? Semi-separate these fucking nuts. I don't give a shit.
You think it's funny that they broke up?
Kind of.
Elon's probably hurting.
Good. He can catch up on Rick and Morty now.
I'm gonna. That is true. Actually, he has a lot more me time now.
Oh, well, now I can finally watch Rick and Morty. I don't know how to do Elon's voice.
Let's see what the article says. Elon Musk says he has semi-separated from his partner, the Canadian pop artist Grimes. I didn't even know she was Canadian. I thought she was American.
I honestly didn't know that either.
I wonder what part of Canada she's from. Grimes.
She's from the 6, for sure.
She is from Vancouver.
Is that the 6? Or no, Toronto's the 6.
Toronto's the 6. Vancouver is where Nardwar's from.
Nardwar. A gift for Elon.
The SpaceX and Tesla CEO told Page Six that while they still love each other, see each other frequently, and are on great terms, their careers often keep them apart for long periods of time. Grimes has yet to comment on the status of her relationship with Mr. Musk.
So Elon was talking about that?
Yeah, Elon apparently was giving out a press conference where he was like, he was a little bit like, yeah. So basically, we're kind of like semi-separated right now. Like, how do I say this? Our careers keep us apart, and like I just watch too much Rick and Morty.
I watch too much Rick and Morty and solar opposites. Yeah.
When it comes to their relationship, the only thing I've ever thought of is like, how did they hook up first? Like, how did that happen? Like, how did that even?
That is pretty crazy.
Who made the first move?
Elon. You think? Can you imagine like Elon Musk going up to Grimes and be like, "I think you're pretty swell." And
I'm fucking horny.
I'm fucking horny right now. I'm in Tesla. I have rocket ships, and then the Grimes like, "Oh!" And they went back to his fucking weird ass mansion.
If he actually did like a rocket ship pickup line, I think I would kill myself.
How about you hop on my rocket ship and then
I have a SpaceX in my pants.
A SpaceX in my pants. I'm about to take off, and God, that is so awful. That is really scary, though.
In this article, they also say they confirm that they intend to continue co-parenting their child. Like, what if Elon was just like, no, fuck that. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit about this baby.
I don't give a shit. I have like 5 others. I don't give a fuck.
I know he literally does, doesn't he? I saw this on TikTok. I don't look up on these, like, I'm just like a fucking Facebook mom who like reads into these like things that are on social media, and I don't look it up. I did see something about does Elon Musk actually have a kid with his, what is it, stepdaughter?
What?
Apparently, I don't know if this is real. This could have been Photoshop. I'm looking this up. This is a live lookup.
Errol. Oh, that's Errol Musk. His brother had a child with his stepdaughter.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me read this out.
Wait, is that the guy with the... Okay, go ahead.
Errol Musk fathered a child with his stepdaughter, Jana Bezuidenhout. Elon Musk's father, Errol, opened up about having a baby with his stepdaughter, Jana Bezuidenhout, who was only 4 years old when he married her mother. What?
What? How old is she now? How old were they married?
Okay, I'm curious now.
This is fucking okay. So it's not Elon. It's his brother, is what you're saying.
Let's see what they say.
Oh my god.
Wait, his brother is. Wait. It's his father.
What?
Elon's father. So he's
even older.
Elon Musk has a half sister or brother who. Okay, hold on. Let me read this. Elon Musk's estranged father, Errol Musk, has confirmed that he has welcomed a baby with his stepdaughter, Jana Bezuidenhout. Errol, an entrepreneurial engineer and former emerald dealer who lives in South Africa where Elon was raised, married Jana's mother, Heidi, when Jana was just 4. The couple were married for 18 years and have 2 children together. However, Errol, 72, didn't consider 30-year-old Jana as his stepdaughter because despite marrying her mother when she was a small child, she was raised away from him for long periods of time.
Dude, also, I'm scrolling down, like learning about this Errol fucking character, right? I see an article. I don't know where this is from, but I would believe this, that Elon Musk's father supposedly owns an emerald mine in Zambia and has killed men in South Africa.
Yes, I've read about that before. Yeah,
that is insane.
That's why that's like, oh, Elon is a self-made man. Like, no, his fucking family was loaded, dude.
Literally, evil villain emerald mine, that a dad who owns an emerald mine that has killed people is literally like a fucking villain, like origin story.
How do you go to your mom and say, hey, I'm pregnant and your ex-husband is the father, and like we're happy together?
I don't even know. I don't even know like how you feel confident with that.
And also, wait. What the fuck kind of family trees does that create? So, okay, because he had 2 kids with the mother of the stepdaughter, so those would be like her, I guess, like half siblings. But then this new kid.
Oh my god, you're right.
Who's this new kid gonna be?
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
It's gonna be the daughter of their half sibling, but also a half sibling to them. So it's gonna be like their niece, but also like their. What the fuck?
I don't know.
See, this is why you don't do this, man. It just becomes confusing, and it's also just not good.
It's not good to marry your stepdaughter that you met at 4 years old.
We were lonely, lost people. One thing led to another. You can call it God's plan or nature's plan. Yeah.
Oh yeah, fucking sure. This is some Drake type shit.
This is some Drake type shit. I'm glad that he referenced him.
God's plan. Errol's plan. Errol's plan is the new song.
When Jana called Errol 2 months later to say she was pregnant, Errol requested a DNA test to confirm that he was the father. Jana is a delightful girl and a wonderful mother. She said I had changed her life.
Yeah. As a fatherly figure. And now as a fucking husband.
Oh my god. Last year, 46-year-old billionaire tech tycoon Elon broke down in tears during an interview with Rolling Stone during which he professed that his father was a terrible human being.
I like, this does not surprise anybody. This guy is a fucking emerald mine guy who's killed people. It's like having fucking like an evil villain as your dad. Of course he's an evil person. He also married his stepdaughter.
Yeah. The stepdaughter.
Anybody else have done that?
Like, it's crazy.
Didn't somebody else do that?
I know
Woody
that
Harrelson?
I know that one of Joe Biden's sons so one of Joe Biden's sons died of brain cancer, and then his other son married the widow a year later.
That's fucked.
That is like insane. Like, I'm sorry, but like if I die and then like either even my friends are like looking to scoot up my widow, I'll come back.
You're ghoul hunting. I'm gonna hunt as a ghoul if that happens.
I wish I could like pull up a picture. Like, I need to figure out a system where I can also show my screen on the podcast, because I wish I could show people what his dad looks like, because he looks so creepy.
Actually, hold on. Since I have it on OBS, or I have the fucking thingy, like I could just pull it up as like I do fucking normal video or like normal photos. Oh my god, this guy! Ew, he's this scary looking. This, oh my god! It's
oh my god!
It's on screen. He's creepy.
That was literally a jump scare. Hey guys,
it's me, Errol. I own an emerald mine. If you don't mind, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I was lonely and sad.
Society abandoned me.
Oh,
So I
God.
married my stepdaughter.
I just feel like the Elon Musk family is like the Knives Out family. Like, I literally feel like
True!
that's what it is.
That's exactly what it is. Like, they're all up to some shady ass shit.
Yeah, because he has like a really weird brother too. I remember watching like a video.
I've been to his brother's restaurant in Colorado.
Was it good?
No.
That's like Gordon Ramsay's restaurants. Apparently none of them are good.
I mean, yeah, it's not like Gordon Ramsay's there chefing away. So it's like...
But I would assume that at least for some of them, he kind of like had direction in the menu and like the ingredients and stuff. Like I would hope that like, because he's such a guy that he holds every restaurant to such a high standard, I would hope that the ones that he puts his own name on would be good.
But you gotta think, he's only doing it for a profit.
He's a pussy.
He's a pussy. Gordon Ramsay's a pussy. Fight Aksel. He wants all the smoke.
He doesn't intimidate me. Like, I don't care. I'm not like, my life dream isn't to be a chef. Like, he can't crush me. I don't give a shit.
I'll crush him. I'll crush him like a grape.
He can't, honestly, like, there are 14-year-olds on the internet that could probably hurt me way more than
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, there's like 6'10", like 400-pound fucking football players. They're like, that kid would fuck me up, but Gordon Ramsay like fucking beat me in arm wrestling maybe.
Gordon Ramsay looks like a wrinkly handbag, dude.
He's kind of like there are people where I realize like I've kind of like looked at faces because I do need glasses to an extent. Like I can't see things far away, right. And I realize like I've looked at faces like kind of with like a I don't know how to describe it.
A little bit of a blur on them. You don't see the
Yeah,
HD.
Exactly. I don't really I see who they are, but I don't really know what they like exactly look like. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So then like some people I'll look at like extremely HD, and then I'll realize I'm like, whoa, like this is kind of crazy.
No, yeah, that's literally how I lived for like until I was like 18. Because I got glasses when I was like 14, but like my prescription was always like a little bit too low. And before that, I could barely see. So I would literally like. There were times where like I would hang out with somebody and I kind of knew what they looked like, and then I would go home and I would look up their like Facebook or whatever at the time, and I'd be like, what the fuck? This person does not look like at all like what I thought they did.
Yeah. It's scary. It's a little bit scary.
It is.
God.
Oh, we gotta get Grimes in the podcast.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though, I just left her Discord. Because you fucking invited all of us to it, and then I was like, "Am I really gonna use this again?" And I said, "No." So I left.
Yeah, we were drinking the other night, or I was. Hooverr wasn't.
I was. I don't drink. I'm not 21.
Drink. He's not 21. He hates alcohol.
I wouldn't say I hate it because I've never tried it.
Right, of course. I'm sure it's gonna be exciting for you.
I can't hate without experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting for you if you get to try it.
I will be able to try next year. January 8th, mark the dates. I will try it for the first time. I hope it's good.
We went to the Grimes Discord, and then I said one thing, and there was an Estonian in there.
That recognized him and his street address.
Yeah, literally.
And said, I'm your postman.
And then I realized I'm never going back there, because, of course, there's an Estonian in there. Estonians on the internet, I just try to avoid.
I tried.
You know what?
They wiggle their way in.
Before we wrap it up today, let's get some of these viewer things in. Let's see. 20 Frames of Nick asked, how many times do you wipe until you know it's clean?
Here's what I do. I have a 2-part system. I start with the toilet paper. I don't care how much I use, really. Sometimes I have, sometimes it's a little bit, sometimes it's a lot. I'm going to be real descriptive here. I start off with just normal toilet paper, right? Just normal 2-ply, kind of soft toilet paper. I wipe. And if I see more, I would keep wiping, right? And then when it gets like to a little bit, I get the wet wipes. And then I also have developed the 2-flush. Where normally now I will just 2-flush it because sometimes, wet wipes, it can clog, although they're dissolvable, whatever. I flush them. They're dissolvable on the thing. Although they're dissolvable, sometimes it will like clog the toilet. Even if you haven't like had like that big of a, if you just have like 2 wet wipes like in a certain way, it will like stop the toilet for a second, and then it's like, uh-oh, embarrassing. It's overflowing now. This is a random person's house. I'm doing this. and I don't know what to do. So now I've developed the 2-flush system where it's very safe. Works on every toilet. And you just, hit it with the toilet paper and, the stuff first. And then, flush. And then you got as much room to wet wipe. Oh. And you're fine. I need to get a bidet, though.
I've been thinking about a bidet.
I've been thinking about it. But do you need to plug it in somewhere?
Yeah, you need to connect it to your piping system. But it's not hard.
No, but
to do.
Electronically, though.
Maybe.
Don't you?
Probably.
Because
it has like buttons and stuff. Or maybe it works on battery.
Because there's a bidet in that one. We have a guest bathroom, and there's a bidet on it. But it's not in use because that one need like a plug, and there's no plug. And like the only plug that I know of in my bathroom is the one like on the wall where like like if you have like a fucking hairdryer or something, you plug that into there. So I'm like, do I fucking need to like get some cable management for this shit, or like do I not even need to worry about electricity for this?
I feel like they must have options where it's like maybe it's like you put a Duracell battery in there.
True, honestly, true. I thought you were gonna say like without batteries, and I'm like that shit's not gonna be strong.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I need to like study more the art of the bidet. I need to study it more.
Mm-hmm. I understand you.
See, it's like questions like this, like things that you regret the most, like, bro.
Yeah, let's talk about that. That's a whole podcast, basically.
I gotta start specifying because I don't mind talking about these conversations sometimes, and I understand why people are putting these questions in. Because I in the past have taken on a lot of serious topics, and it's very beneficial, and it always makes me happy when people do enjoy it. But I just want to have fun sometimes too, man. Like I just need to get out of my depression bubble sometimes, man.
Exactly.
Like this question's kind of silly. What do you think magicians are hiding? Like I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but it's kind of funny.
It's kind of silly, I'll give you that.
Do you think you would survive Squid Game? Listen, everybody on my timeline needs to shut the fuck up about it because I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
Stop fucking tweeting about it because I'm gonna know what happens eventually. Because one of you people is gonna like spill too many beans. You just can't help yourself. You're gonna spoil it all. Like right now, I'm watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm rewatching it, and I'm about to finish it, and then I'm gonna watch through Korra for the first time, and then I'll get to Squid Game. So patience, everybody. Shut the fuck up about it for like a month, please, and then we can talk about it.
Exactly. I just am like using this one because I forgot your stance on it. Because this was brought up the other day in the house. Gay son or thought daughter? What was your?
Here's the thing: is like my stance on it always been like literally flip a coin. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Flip a coin. If I had to choose one, I guess like gay son.
Yeah, gay son.
My favorite part was when Stone Pie answered this and he was digging himself into a hole.
What was he saying?
Because he was like, listen, dude, like, I guess gay son because, a thought daughter, it's like, I mean, and then he started like, he started like stumbling over his own words a little bit.
Yeah.
I did have an emo phase. Somebody asked if I had an emo phase. I did have an emo phase. And I wanted to dye my hair black, and my mom said, no.
I had an emo phase for a little bit where I drew tattoos all over my body because I thought, it looked cool. And there was a photo up on my old Instagram of it, but I deleted that Instagram. So I'm glad that is no longer even out there.
I wish more of my stuff from my childhood was up there. Like I used to delete my videos religiously.
That's the thing I regret the most. Honestly, is my YouTube channel as a kid. I had Hooverr and Friends, and I deleted it. I deleted the whole channel because I thought I'm gonna look back and think this is embarrassing. I want to look back now because that'd be my own content. Like, also it's just like so many memories that like I don't have anymore because like it's on like an old piece. Like I record all these videos on my grandma's iPad, and like. A lot of them also were deleted off the iPad, so there's no fucking evidence of it ever happening, and it's like It's kind of sad. But like we have the one most popular video, which is Barney hunting, but that's saved on my PC now, so that's good.
You gotta release that masterpiece to the world.
I've watched it before on stream.
You gotta upload it to YouTube. Make a new channel.
True.
That's what I was thinking about Twitch today. I was like, I really gotta like create a YouTube presence for my streams. Like, I really need to like start getting videos out, because the thing about Twitch is like I'm not one of those people that like obsesses about growth, but like, you know, growth is nice to have. And with Twitch, it's like you have two options for growth. Either you create a presence that is like big outside of Twitch, like Ludwig, for example, where he uploads videos, or you collab with people. And if you're doing neither, then your stream literally has like zero growth, basically, except for like word of mouth, because Twitch barely recommends streams. Like, it's not, and even if it does, like, who clicks on these? Like, I only click on them when I'm like, I want to like people watch. Like, I don't even like click on those to be like, oh, I want to watch this stream. I just want to like people watch people. I don't know.
Yeah. I would also say the only other place that I know of that also grows your stream is like if you have somebody on TikTok that does your Twitch clips, which is awesome. Because there was a moment in time where I had the fucking like the gay rights thing where I went like that to when somebody said gay rights and I said no. And then I got like a lot of viewers from that. But you have more viewers that will stick around if you upload on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like the conversion rate with TikTok is like pretty low, because I feel like with YouTube it's easier because those people already like are watching longer form content, but with TikTok it's like these people, they just kind of want to
move on.
They just want their short form stuff, and then the ones that kind of do come from TikTok, sometimes they're really annoying.
I'm not gonna lie, that was something that I also noticed.
Yeah, there was a little period where like a lot of my clips were getting a lot of views on TikTok, and then I just noticed that my chat became just very annoying, which is honestly takes the whole joy out of streaming. If you don't like your chat, it's just so annoying to stream. Like, literally no point at that. Like, I'm pretty like I've always thought about this. Like, I really am glad that, you know, our chat has become what it has, because it does make streaming a lot more tolerable.
I definitely remember some days where it'd be a chat where I'm like, I can't do this right now. Like, you all are too much. But now I am happy to say like everyone in my chat, I would say like is pretty funny and like actually good chats. So yeah,
people like
it worked out.
They're on the same wavelength with jokes, and if they're not, then that's where the problem becomes. Where it's like, yeah, exactly.
Silence your speech.
Exactly. Well, thank you for joining us for this week. Any final words, Hooverr?
I accidentally broke this.
Oh, what is that?
Just now. I was just fiddling around with it because I like to fidget. And it's compressed air. Doesn't work anymore.
Damn.
So I accidentally took that off. You know, this was a good podcast though.
This was a good one. I enjoyed this one. I usually hate them.
Yeah, I fucking usually hate them too. I'm like, ugh. Gotta talk to this Estonian guy, some fucking conglomerate company paid for, you know. Don't even know this guy off camera.
Basically not. We're like the Mythbusters.
Co-workers.
Like the main two guys there. They're not friends outside of the show.
Yeah.
And neither are we.
Nope.
Well, that's it. I'm out.
That's it. He's out.
Bye, guys.
See you later. Bye.
Later, skater.
Alligator.
Crocodile.